Greetings and welcome to 12 Steps to Launch Your Learning Center. This is an introduction and your roadmap to education renewal. We'll start with some background of who we are, and then we'll take you through all of the steps in brief from step 1 to 3 and give you a little bit of background on how we came to build this course. The work of the course has come through the 3 channels of Amber Wright, Lee Hogan-Knott, and myself, Suzanne Glick, who have dedicated many years of hard work to finding common ground within the alternative education movement. The material is laid out in such a way that you can build on the previous material, or you may choose to select a section and use it to further your projects. You can use the format and content to suit yourself by striving to make it your own through what is offered from us. The content is designed to be scalable from a small micropod program to a full-fledged program covering K to 12. You can design off the templates and use the material in many different ways.
Hi, I'm Amber Wright, and I bring many years of experience working in the private as a private member association. I help businesses and organizations transition their work from the public to the private domain. And many of them are in ministries. So ministry schools is who I like to work with, or education associations. So Alighten came to me in 2018 during a spiritual awakening and channel writing session where I channel wrote a business plan. And in this vision, I saw that we are surrounded by angelic helpers and spirit guides who are ready to work with us in our creations. If only we ask and are open and allow for their assistance. They are waiting. So I had this idea and I sat on it for a while. I studied business development, accounting, personal finance, investment, and I considered opening Alighten as a nonprofit. But the application form is extensive, 40 something pages and 200 or so pages of instructions. So I waited. And in the fall of 2021, I learned about PMAs, and I knew right away that's what Alighten was going to be. So as we operate as a private member association, it allows us the freedom to follow our hearts fully to do God's work. I'm also a mom. I'm a homeschooling advocate, and I understand that each family gets to decide what works for themselves, what works for them and for their community.
Through Alighten, we offer a program for learning centers in the private domain through an online course with a database of templates and administrative processes called How to Start a Learning Center in 12 Steps, from practical and spiritual perspectives. In addition to supporting community-centered education, Alighten is also a network of holistic healthcare practitioners offering healing workshops, ceremonies, and online community. We are passionate about collaborating with other PMAs and believe this is one of the many steps to taking our basic human freedoms back from the corporate world that the government has become.
I'm Suzanne, and I'm a mother of 4. 3 are grown and flown, and I have 1 teenager in my nest. I'm also a grandmother. My children have been through all kinds of education systems, from the Waldorf school, public schools, farm and forest schools, homeschooling and unschooling, and we have explored all the pros and cons of each. The spark for this course came out of my background in anthroposophy. After many years of study and exposure to Rudolf Steiner's work through the fields of Waldorf education, anthroposophical medicine, and biodynamic agriculture, I studied the threefold governance systems, and it's made it possible for me to work out of this philosophy with knowledge of the positive aspects found within the guiding principles.
I am Lee Hogan-Knott. I am a mom of 3 teenagers, and I have decades of experience in education, teaching, consulting, and mentoring in outdoor schools, traditional public schools, Sudbury schools, unschooling families, and homeschool specialties, as well as being in the administrative realm and running several of my own initiatives. I've also been trained as a doula, integrative movement therapist, and permaculture designer, and I bring multiple dimensions to my perspectives on creating heart-led, land-based emergent programs. This content, format, and delivery of activities has its foundation in the course study outlines that Suzanne experienced in her years at Waldorf teacher training and echoes the path of inquiry and reflection that she found so valuable.
Questioning the content, reflecting on it, and adapting it to your own worldview is the ultimate aim of the process. We hope to light the way for you along this well-traveled path we have walked many times. We work with holistic education out of Rudolf Steiner's Education Renewal Impulse, as well as sharing insights garnered from the Eight Shields' work in collaborative education. Steiner's work in education is generally considered a faith-based pedagogy, commonly understood as having its roots in Christian mysticism. In addition to recognizing a higher spiritual force at work in the world and embedding this into the pedagogy through Christ consciousness, the philosophy has other facets that allow it to bridge many faiths.
In this way, the course encompasses common foundation belief systems found throughout many cultures in the world. There are deep spiritual underpinnings in Steiner's philosophy of freedom, which can be found through the study of anthroposophy, a study of wisdom in humanity. The Eight Shields model is an approach which gives a framework that is malleable and invites creative personalization to the design process of building everything from leadership teams to curriculum design and more. It brings to the forefront an experience of nature as a relationship experience unparalleled in education models. We will be able to show you on the slideshow the first three steps. In the step one, which you can see here, we're going to look at what it takes to be a leader and a visionary.
Common threads of truth are found all over the world in many theologies, pedagogies, and philosophies. Anthroposophy is only one lens. We are all coming from our own unique and grounded places in the world. We do not expect you to adhere to any one philosophy or theology, but invite you to listen with an open heart and tune in with your own inner knowing to know what is true for you. Throughout the course material, there are common themes that may feel in alignment for you, and there will likely be other themes that you may disagree with or challenge you. We are not here to dictate or guide any reaction to this content, but rather invite inquiry and response. The esoteric material, likewise, is here to be viewed with an objective lens. You may see if there is anything of value in it for you, and you may want to study further. It may inspire curiosity. We offer resources throughout the content with highlights which lead to links, and more resources and references are at the end of each section.
In step two, we take a look at building our leadership team and bringing in a group of others who can be just as enthusiastic as you about building the Learning Center and help carry it forward. So, home study opportunities and guideposts in practical steps. So, throughout this course, we offer home study, reflections, and creative activities to sharpen your new tools. This includes working with inspiration, imagination, intuition, and deepening an understanding of why you wish to open your Learning Center initiative, how to proceed towards your goal, as well as what to do at the end of your first cycle of opening your program. Throughout the course, references to sacred geometry and guided visual images are used to represent where we are on our path. These are images for you to contemplate as guideposts along the way. Journaling your experience will help you change and revisit your understanding and relationship to these images. Our psyche is designed so that everyone absorbs information in different ways. Some of us are visual learners, some audio, and some are experiential. Most of us are blended in all three varying degrees. By taking up the work of reading content, listening, observing, And doing the practical exercises, we not only appeal to our own specific learning style and experience our strengths, we can also feel where we have resistance to learning and struggling to comprehend and retain the material. Recognizing these aspects can help strengthen ourselves while also creating empathy when we encounter others who may struggle with learning in a new way.
What is in our 12 steps to launch your learning center? Well, we're showing you the three first slides, and then there is a lot more here. We have certain themes in the content. There's a journey of 3 steps as we group everything into 4 groups of 3. We move through the themes in the content. You'll discover some similarities and the evolution of these themes. And by bringing this to your attention early on, you may be able to track your own relationship to the process in new and different ways. In step 1, 2, and 3, we set the foundation. In step 4, 5, and 6, we put up the ground floor. 7, 8, and 9 is the main floor, and 10, 11, and 12 will be the roof. This helps you visualize the process as though you're building a home.
In step 3, we will analyze and explore the foundation of the work that you must do to become a stable entity. That includes creating a vision statement and mission statement, as well as bringing in more people in your community to support this education model. You will explore different governance structures and leadership styles and find a way to work together in a common philosophy that creates balance and harmony, and it will identify how you will work with your shared vision moving forward. It is an essential step to create a foundation that everything else will flourish from. Can you share more about how biography is part of an organization?
An organization has its own life and its own biography, from its beginning through many eras of development. We will examine this in detail in the course material. We'll also look at the 7-year cycles of our own human lives, explore some of the biography work offered through methods indicated by Rudolf Steiner, and consider how this can be a parallel theme in the coursework. Tell me about education renewal.
All through the coursework, we will give you opportunities to research and compare different models that can help you define your project and set clear goals. The common ground under all participants is that we will be seeking a new way to educate ourselves and our children that is heart and community centered. How long will it take to complete this course?
We feel that this coursework is akin to a birthing process. You are birthing your idea, and we can be assisting you as midwives or doulas as they do in the birth experience. Ultimately, it is your work, struggle, and manifestation that will see this process into its tangible form. It can take as little as 12 weeks to go through the content and as long as 12 months. Usually, the whole process takes about 9 months to complete the coursework, finding the people, places, and things you need to open and launch. The 4 trimesters in this course are what to expect: envisioning, planning, manifesting, tending, which all have similar threads to what the birth process looks like. We invite you to look at your process and the content in this way.
Why do we bring esoteric content in this course?
We will be looking at the esoteric content in the form of the tarot as well as sacred geometry. And geometry is the means by which the jewels of this life manifest themselves from the Akasha. This is the miracle of all possibilities. For even a single point to become manifest as matter in our reality requires finiteness, precision, and distillation of infinite possibilities into the one. This is a quote from a dear friend and colleague, Brian Lato. Links to his work working with esoteric content will be found in the coursework.
Why do we bring creation stories in this content?
The heart connection cultivation is a universal driver for human beings to engage and understand themselves, each other, and the natural world. Connection comes in all forms. In all cultures, there are connections to our creation stories that bring answers to an unanswerable question. How did we get here?
It is our intention that the information presented inspires you to find the perfect combination of components to design your ideal learning environment. We invite you to hire and host aligned participants and live fully into the best education plan for your family and community.
We look forward to seeing you on the inside and getting your feedback. Thanks for joining.